Hi, I'm Dana, and it's time for this week's question. It comes from Kara, and she writes, I've been using the Sleep Sense method for a while now with my 6-month-old, and everything is going well. He's awake for 2 hours and sleeps for 1 hour each nap, and his bedtime is 7:30. My question is, however, over the holidays, what should I do about the busy days we're going to be having at both Thanksgiving and Christmas? I'm not sure he'll be able to sleep in his car seat, and I'm just not sure how to handle this situation. Well, that's a great question, and with the holidays approaching, I thought it was a good one to talk about a bit before everyone goes off on their Christmas holidays, and that can be a busy time. And there might be people you need to see, and maybe people who haven't met the baby yet, and lots of aunts and uncles and family and friends. And so what should you do? And so with any travel, my first piece of advice to parents is don't overschedule yourselves. A few days of him missing his nap or taking 10 minutes in the car from here to there, going to bed later than normal, can lead to a very overtired baby. And when babies are overtired, they can sometimes forget. And what they normally forget is how to sleep well. And you might find that a few days of overtiredness, and now he's, crying hard and long at bedtime out of the blue, or not going down for his naps, or just really acting up in general. And that's usually caused by overtiredness. So as best you can, and if it's just a day or two of one missed nap or bedtime's tiny bit later than normal, then that's okay. I mean, life needs to still happen, and you still need to do family events and visiting. But as much as you can, honor your baby's schedule. So, if I travel with my kids, I always made sure there was a place for them to nap when it was nap time, and I also made sure there was a place for bedtime when it was. So we took our pack and play with us just about everywhere. I would do a bit of the bedtime routine and put my son down in a quiet room somewhere. And the more we did it, the better he got. He occasionally would test the waters in new locations with a little bit of protest, just to see if my rules were still the same, but my rules were always the same. So he knew quickly that it didn't really matter if we were at Grandma's house or in a hotel, that the rules were still the same, and I still expected him to sleep and sleep well. And if it's a major change, any kind of jet lag, and your baby's having a really difficult time adjusting to the new environment, you can spend a couple of days in the room. We went to Costa Rica for a month when my daughter was 2, and just with the time change and the big difference to her daytime schedule, she had a really hard time with her nap when we got there, and she just was really upset. And this is a baby, who slept well just about from the day she came home. So this was unusual for her, and I knew it was just caused by the anxiety of traveling. So I just spent a day or two, I'd just stand beside her crib until she fell asleep. And then gradually she got used to the environment, and I just would exit the room at nap time, and she got used to it. So it's okay to bend your rules a little, okay, because it could be very anxiety causing. And by staying in the room for a day or two, you can ease your child into this a little bit. But be careful that that doesn't go too far. You don't want to pull baby into bed with you. You don't want to feed to sleep or rock to sleep. You don't want to go back down roads you've made, the hard journey out of. So be careful that you don't backslide. And sometimes you just need to explain to people, she'll be awake from 2 until 7 or from 4 until 7. That's visiting hours, and most people are fairly understanding when you just explain that nap time is from these hours and visiting times are after the fact. And so you want to kind of keep those things in mind. If everything, fell apart, let's say you went back to bed sharing or you started nursing again, don't make it the end of the world. Once you get home, you just start all over again. Okay, so you just get right on page 1 of Sleep Sense program and start again, knowing that because your baby already has the knowledge of how to sleep well and independently, it's just a reminder. It's not going to be as hard as it was the first time, and it usually only takes a day or two before your baby's back on track and realizes, okay, we're home now, things are back to normal, and this is how I do it. So keep that in mind for all of you traveling through the holidays. Keep things as close to home as you can, and honor your baby's need for sleep. Okay, thanks for your question, and sleep well.